everyone, my name is Tor and welcome to Anthropology. So welcome back to those that are returning subscribers. Happy to see ya. So in today's video, we're doing something a little bit different. Normally on this channel, I do things around fashion, so luxury shopping hauls or vlogs or whatever. But today we are doing a tattoo tour. I have 11 tattoos on various parts of my body. Most of them are located on my left arm. But basically, I wanted to go through my tattoos with you. I wanted to explain why I got them, who I got them from, if I regret them, and basically some tips that I've learned throughout my time getting tattoos on what you should do before you go to an artist, before you book a tattoo, and then what you should do afterwards. I guess we can start off with, this one right here. So this was not the first tattoo that I got, but this is one of my favorites. It is Paradise. So fun story about this one. I was going to Concordia at the time, and there was a tattoo parlor nearby, and I had a doctor's appointment later that day. So I had around like 2 hours in between when my class ended and when my doctor's appointment started. So I figured what better thing to do than to get a tattoo. And I walked in, I went to the same artist that I went to for some of my other ones, and I said, I love Lana Del Rey. I love the Paradise album. Let's cement it and put it on my body. So I decided that I wanted it, more or less here. I wanted something close to the neck, but not on the neck, so that when I wear a collared shirt or a nice shirt, it doesn't really show. But when I wear something lower, it does show. So this one is just simple line work. One thing I don't like about this one is that I can't see it unless I look in a mirror or if I take pictures, but that's just, where it is. If you get anything around your neck, you won't be able to see it. So keep that in mind when it comes to placing. So I guess we can start with this one. So this was my very first tattoo that I ever got. It is a koi fish with the flower of life sort of print in it, as opposed to just simple scales. So I wanted something that would represent me, because at the time, and I still do, I love fish, specifically koi fish. I think they're really relaxing, but I wanted something a little bit different. I didn't want just scales. I wanted it to be sort of a fun print. And I was doing some little searches on the Googler, and I came across the flowers of life. So the flowers of life is like this ancient symbol. It was found in Egypt, I believe. It's been a long time since I looked this up, but basically I really loved sort of what it looked like, and I wanted to get it combined with my fish. So I really quite like it. It is my first tattoo, so it does have that sort of sentimentality, but it's not my favorite anymore. Sorry about it. Next, we have the Om symbol. So during my, 18 years that I was living at the time, I was on, spiritual path. I was sort of figuring out who I was, and I came across the Om symbol and sort of what it represents. So I decided to, get it immortalized on my body. Looking back, I probably would not get this done. I feel almost like I appropriated the symbol a little bit. I don't really feel comfortable showing it to people all that often. I feel some sort of embarrassment about it, but it is what it is. It's on my body now, and there's nothing I can do about it. But basically the Om symbol, it's the sound of the earth in yoga philosophy, I believe. It's very like meditative. It's like being at one with the earth, being one with yourself. That's what it represents to me. That's what the representation that I found. The reason that this is actually my only color tattoo is that I had this one at the time, and then I decided that I wanted a little bit something different. I wanted to try red. So where can we go next? Let's just go down to the butterfly. So this one I got in 2018. It was by my, other tattoo artist that I went to for a majority of my tattoos. His name is Marlowe's Tattoos. He was at this tattoo shop, Tatouage Royal, on Saint Denis Street in Montreal. It was just up the street from the Gap that I worked at. At this time, I had moved to Vancouver, and I had come back in 2018 to visit my friends, and I decided to book an appointment with him. I really liked butterflies. There's no other reason other than that I just really like butterflies and that I wanted, to have a butterfly on my body. Next, let's do this one. So this is a Jaguar Head. This is my first tattoo from Mr. Marlowe, and I went there being like, I would like some sort of big cat head. I wasn't sure if I wanted a tiger, a jaguar, lion. I tried to get a cougar because I grew up in Banff, and in Banff there are cougars, and I had a cat named Snowy, and he got eaten by a cougar, so RIP Snowy. But basically I asked for a cougar. There was some sort of language barrier, miscommunication, mistranslation. Mr. Marlowe came back with a drawing of a jaguar, and me being non-confrontational, I basically said, sure, let's go with that. So I ended up getting a jaguar on me. I don't regret it. I actually quite like the jaguar. I think the cougar would have been hard to tell. It would just look like I don't know, like a cat. So I got this one, and then at the same time, my old dog that I had, his name was Buddy. He was my childhood dog that I, got when I was like 10 years old, and he was like my BFF. Basically, he was dying at that time, and I was, going through it, and I decided that I wanted to get his name tattooed on me. There it is. I got these two done at the same time, actually. I really like it. I wish I could see this though. It's like really hard for me to see. Next, let's do Miss Marie Antoinette. I had just gone to Europe with my cousins, and we went to Paris, went to Versailles. I became obsessed with basically that whole regime, that whole era, Marie Antoinette, and I started doing a lot of reading around the Habsburg family, the Holy Roman Empire, and I was just, I don't know, I was like really enchanted by Marie Antoinette, all of her regality, let's say. So basically, I went to Mr. Marlowe and I said I would like Marie Antoinette. I would like her to have pearls and jewels and roses and a bird and feathers, because she was really big on that. Her hair was kind of crazy. She would put like a random shit in there and it would look super extra, and I really liked that. And basically after the idea, he came back with this drawing and I was absolutely obsessed. So I said, let's do it, and here she is. So she is probably my favorite tattoo, to be honest. I really love looking at her. I'm glad that I got her in this space, because then I can see this tattoo basically all the time, every day. So I really like it. This part hurt, this part really hurt, so keep that in mind. These two are terrible. The sides and like this part was okay, but like up here was like really bad. Next, let's do Miss Cleo. So around the same time as Miss Marie Antoinette, I was getting very interested in famous and historical powerful women. I was taking a class on the Holy Roman Empire and sort of Rome and Cleopatra and Mark Antony, and I had read a biography on Cleopatra, and she was just very interesting to me. So I figured, same lines as Miss Marie Antoinette, why not get a tattoo? So I got Miss Cleopatra and the snake, because there's some, controversy around how she died. Was it a snake? Was it a poisoned fig? Like, who knows? But I figured the snake was going to be a more interesting fit than the fig, and it sort of gives me Medusa vibes. Next, let's do this one. So this is my Velociraptor tattoo. So I got this one done. I don't even know the timeline. It all sort of like meshes together. But basically, I am obsessed with Jurassic Park. So Michael Crichton is my favorite author, and Jurassic Park is one of my favorite movies and my favorite book. And I really love the idea of, dinosaurs. I freaking love dinosaurs. I took a class in university on sort of why the dinosaurs died out and doing that through earth science, and it was very cool. And I wanted to get a Velociraptor. Velociraptors are very smart. They're very fast. They are very collaborative and very like communicative. And I just felt like I resonated with that. So I got the Jurassic Park version of the Velociraptor. Scientists know now that velociraptors don't look like this. This looks more reptilian. Velociraptors looked more avian. They had feathers. Maybe they could fly, who knows? And they were a lot smaller. In Jurassic Park, they're like 6 feet tall. In reality, they're less than 4 feet tall. So, Jurassic Park really took that one and went with it, but we're here for it. So since I love Jurassic Park so much, I decided to go with their version of the Velociraptor. Next, we have the J. So this is my most recent tattoo. I got this one done 2 years ago. It is for my grandmother. So my grandmother died around 2 years ago, actually 2 days ago. And I, along with my family, we all decided that we wanted to get some sort of commemorative tattoo, sort of as a group, something that we could all share. And her name started with J, so we decided that we all wanted to get J tattoos in various places on our body. And I look at it all the time and I think of her and I think it's really cute. So this is my everything happens for a reason tattoo. This is my only quote. Basically, I really believe in this sentiment. I love sort of what it represents. I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and I was going to get everything happens for a reason, but I don't think that would be as funny now. So definitely keep that in mind if you're getting a quote. Make sure it really resonates with you before you do it. And now some closing thoughts. So some advice before you get a tattoo: definitely look at a variety of artists, look at their portfolios, look at their line work, make sure the line work is clean, sharp, not wobbly or wiggly. Make sure the shading is nice and make sure they do the style that you want. Don't go to an artist that does a different style than the one that you're looking for, because it may not look the same. Pricing pricing is also highly variable between where you go, sort of how in demand that specific tattoo artist is. So cheapest and more expensive isn't always the best for you. So make sure you shop around and go with what you're most comfortable paying with for the design that you want. What else do I have to say? Also, it's okay if you change your mind on a tattoo. You can have a solid idea, you can go through it, and then you may decide that you don't want it once you see the result, and that's okay. So make sure you really are committed to the idea before you get it tattooed on your body, because once you start, there's no going back. Once they put that placement there, if you don't like the placement, make sure you move it around, because once they start, there's no going back. If they do a line, that's the tattoo now. So keep that in mind. And PSA, this is not my usual content, but I really enjoyed making this video. If you want to subscribe for more content from myself, please do. I normally do things around luxury vlogs, luxury reviews, things related to fashion, but also if you just want to know more about me, definitely comment down below if you have any questions around my tattoos, any advice that I can give you that wasn't mentioned in this video. And then yeah, if there's anything and you just want to hang out, definitely comment down below. I hope to see y'all next time. Bye guys.